My name is Jonathan Tobi, a representative from the National Assembly of Suriname. And yes, as we are here talking about the digital transformation, I will give our part as to how we tackle the situation. Um, yes, at first, the digital transformation itself, yeah, it's something inevitable. At some point, it would happen, but the whole situation around COVID actually sped that up, and the a few problems we had. Of the most of the problems were adaptation of new tech and implementation of the new solutions we needed to put in place. Um, yes, because the main question we need to ask when we are in digital transformation is, are we ready for the digital transformation? And from my part, we could say we were not that ready. We were ready, but not as fast as it went. So and a lot of things we had to improvise because there were a few of the members that, for example, couldn't use the new tech or weren't used to the new solutions that were given, and that's so we had to give a lot of we had to assist the members a lot, and we put certain things in place to make sure that we could assist the members in times when they needed that. So that was the first part of the digital transformation from our side. And another reason why I'm asking the question is already is because in our country, the laws and regulations are not in place to assure full digital transformation, is to say that matter, because the members are not allowed to vote remotely or virtually. They need to be at location to be able to vote. So that were a few of the challenges we had. And another part of our responsibility is to the public, as we need to assure the information of the parliament is publicly available. And due to the fact that most of the people were used to coming to the library, asking questions, asking for documents, and with the digital transformation, we couldn't allow that as frequent as it was. We needed to make sure that the information that was publicly available was easier to find for the public. So that was the second part of our transformation. We are still in that process, and we are still working on making the information easily accessible. And yes, there is where we actually would like to look into AI and big data, because information itself gets complexer over time, but we as humans, we can process information as fast as computers do it. So to give an example is, let's say someone needs to search for law or regulation at our platform. When the user, for example, inserts W for law, sweat, in our country, then the system automatically needs to know that that person is looking for a law or regulation, to make information easier, because the information is a lot. To give example of the search again is, when you said there are a lot of documents, there are a lot of stuff. So when you search for example a word, there are 50 to 100 plus records that will be shown. But to be able to show the person the thing they were looking for, that is where AI would come into place, to actually learn how the people are searching, what they mostly are searching for, to make that information accessible at first. So those are the types of things we had to tackle. And the other thing was mostly due to the hardware itself, systems that needed to be at place. For example, to have remote meetings, you need a good microphone and a good camera. And in our parliament, we are still working to make the camera better. The microphones are already in place, and that works fairly well with softwares like Zoom and other remote softwares, but the camera was still a problem. So that was one thing that we are still working on to be able to zoom into the person that is speaking, for example. Another thing, as I said before, was adaptation. A lot of the parliament members were used to being there physically, but during a few meetings, we had a lot of mix of new tech and the new solutions and what the people were used to. So we had to mix the two to make it available or easier for the members to do their job. So that went fairly well as the microphone system was in place and it worked fairly well with the other softwares, but the camera was still a problem. Other part of the the challenges we had to face was with uh, the order again that was available for the parliament members themselves, as a lot of the members were not uh, yeah, they didn't have the technical know-how to navigate themselves or to be able to do a few things themselves, and there is where we came in to assist even when they were at home, as we put a couple of things in place to be able to provide that assistance that was needed. So that was mostly how it all went in our country and in our parliament during the and still during the digital transformation. We're still working on a few things, but the future is looking bright, that I can say.